These are the 7 key areas you need to master in order to have a successful business.
The king of high-ticket sales. World's highest paid consultant. Media celebrity. Multi-millionaire entrepreneur. Acclaimed TEDx speaker. International best-selling author. Dan Lok.
The very first step is what I call attraction. What is it called? Attraction. It means attracting clients, attracting customers. What do you do? Now notice I didn't say chase customers. I didn't say cold call customers, right? Yes, Ethan?
Build a sales funnel?
Yeah, some kind of a system, a marketing system that attracts your ideal clients. Attraction. And if as a business owner, as an entrepreneur, I always say if you don't have a predictable, consistent way of attracting clients, you don't have a business, you have an expensive hobby. If you don't have a way that you can buy customers, you know exactly your acquisition cost per customer. You don't have a way to do that, you don't have a business, you have a hobby. Because you're relying on hope. You're relying on the phone, hopefully it might ring. And it might ring this month, it might ring 6 months from now. That's not a business. That's not how I grow a business. So attraction. Second thing is retention. So it's good to get those customers, but what's the point of getting those customers if you can't keep them? Does that make sense? So keeping those customers, retaining those customers. Client retention. Second step. Third step is client optimization, meaning you're maximizing and optimizing the value of each customer that comes in through your door. So example, a customer comes in, typically they spend $1,000 with you a year, let's say. And if you can optimize the value, and instead of spending $1,000 and spending $1,500 with you, you're optimizing the value of the client. There are only 3 ways to grow a business. How many ways? 3. Increase the number of customers that you get, increase the frequency of each purchase, increase the transaction size. That's it. There are only 3 ways. It's not that complex. Increase the number of clients, increase the frequency, increase the transaction size. So if they increase the frequency, if they visit, they buy from you 2 times a year, can you do that? Can they do 3 times a year? Can they do 4 times a year? If they're spending $1,000, can they spend $1,500? Can they spend $2,000? And then it's systemization. And that's what we're going to talk about today. I mean, I've always talked about attraction, retention, optimization, but today we're going to focus on systemization. Now notice I didn't put systemization as the first step. It's the 4th step. Why is that? Why is that? Nathan?
You need something to systemize.
You need something to systemize. And the last thing you want is to systemize stuff that doesn't work. Could you have a system that actually doesn't work? Yeah, we could. We could. You're doing this, I don't know, let's just systemize it. Well, what system is designed to do is to design to create a predictable result. So if you have a lousy result, you systemize it, what are you going to get? Yeah, you can get lousy results predictably. That's not what you want. So systemization. And then once you systemize it, then you can delegate it. That's when you're building a team. Getting out of that technician role and say, you know, I'm going to build a team. Now the challenge is if you try to delegate without system, what's going to happen? Chaos. You lose a lot of money, yes. What's going to happen? Inconsistent. And that's why entrepreneurs sometimes complain, how come they don't care like I do? How come they don't do things my way? How come they can't think like me? Well, here's the thing, if they think like you, they won't be working for you. Like, let's face it. So that doesn't work. But if you don't have a system for them to follow and you hire someone, you're depending on their personality to perform. And let me say this, people are very hard to manage. How many agree with that? People are, it's a bitch to try to manage them. So don't manage them, manage your system. And have your people run the system. Have them run the system. That's why I challenge you, go to McDonald's and say, hey, you know what? Where's your owner? She ain't here. What do you mean? She is not here. You mean she's not flipping the burgers? No. She's not at the cash register? No. She's not mopping the floor? No. Where is she? I don't know. Why does a McDonald's franchise cost $1 million? Because the burger tastes so good? How many like McDonald's? Good. Couple people. What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you, man? Now, I do like the chicken, the fries. The fries are good. I love those. But, I mean, come on, man, the burgers. How many of you can think of a place that can make a better hamburger than McDonald's? Yes. Now, how many of them make more money than McDonald's? So it's not because the product is so superior, but they do have a superior system. They can take college kids, they can take high school kids, and they have high school kids, retired citizens, boomers running a multi-million-dollar operation because they've systemized it to that degree, and that's why it's a money machine. That's why it costs that much money. Most other franchises, you're buying a fucking job. As a franchise, a buyer, I want to buy a money machine. I don't want to buy a job. I don't want to be working in there. I have a friend of mine who runs, I won't name, but it's another sandwich franchise. More like a healthy type stuff. And struggling. He's in there working 5-6 days a week, long hours, and cooking this stuff, and he couldn't get out. And I asked him, why do you buy the franchise? Oh, because it's cheap. And I said, show me your financials. And I look at the financials. He wants my feedback. I said, you're making less than minimum wage. You're making less than minimum wage. You're working way longer hours. You put in all this investment. You just bought yourself a job. And that's a challenge. Most business owners, they don't have a business. They have a job. They have a job. You could say, well, I have control. I have this, I have that. Well, you have a job. It's not business. It's not business. So the first step, we have to look at that, and let's look at it as it is and say, you know what, how can we solve this? And then the next step is automation. Once you delegate it, now you can automate it. That means having technology, using tools to automate your process. Automate your process. And once you have that, then you can expand. You can open up a second location. You can hire more people. There's so many duplicated. You can do so many things. Let's say in internet marketing business, once I figure out how I can generate quality leads, once I know how to convert those leads, once I optimize the value of my client, once I systemize this of a funnel that works, then I can delegate to my team so they can scale my business and automate using technology. No different when running out of business. It's the same. You follow this. Let me show you, actually, you know what, let me show you a clip. Give it a little bit of context. I was in Japan for about 3 weeks. I was away, basically for 5 weeks, and I just came back just beginning of November. And this is a little video. It's a 3-minute video, just for fun. Can we do some fun stuff? Mm-hmm. Yeah, just a fun vlog, a video that I made on the trip. So check it out. Round of applause. Now, well, when I first came back, I was like, where's everybody? Because it was so packed in Japan, and you walk like, people like that, right? You don't have to walk, because people will push you. Literally, you just, what's going on? There's just so many people. And in the subway, they actually have these people called like professional pusher. They push you into the train. So I'm like, I can't get in. They push you in, and by the time you get in, your face is like on a mirror like that, right? It's like, holy shit. I'll tell you a quick story. It's kind of funny. So in Japan, they have these hot springs, right? You know hot springs? Kind of like Harrison Hot Springs, right? Hot spring, and you're in a, they have male and female, and with like a beautiful scene, like it could be in front of a lake, and you have your own hot tub thing. So in Japan, when you go into a hot spring, it's actually very impolite if you wear like swimming suits and trunks and stuff like that. It's all naked, like all naked. So I'm not used to that, right? So, I showed up and we went to this hot spring. It's a bunch of seniors, right? You gotta imagine. I'm like, I'm not very comfortable with this, but you're just not supposed to wear anything. So they have this like a towel that's like about this size, right? About this size. And I'm like, right? I'm trying to be cool, right? Trying to be cool. So I cover myself. And then I was just like trying to look cool and sitting in the hot tub and and then you see these elderly people just walking around in front of me like that, right? That's not very pleasant. That is not what I signed up for, right? It's unbelievable. And my friends, because I went with a couple of my friends, it's the first time we see each other naked. Like, guys, right? Guys, have you ever seen, like, when you go to swimming with friends, like, you try to hide and stuff? It's really weird, because you try to carry a conversation without looking, right? You just try to look at the face. Yeah, hey, man, it's cool. It's cool. It's what's going on, right? You try to, but you want to look, and you don't want to look, and you're like, oh, yeah. And so two guys, we were talking like this. Hey, man, yeah, it's nice. Yeah, it's nice, right? And and after a while, the first 10 minutes, I was like, no, this is not very comfortable, because I'm in a bunch of old people and naked. I'm like, this is not so good. But it's very liberating. There's a feel to it. And then I went up to the top floor, which is on a balcony, top floor, and you can see the city, and you're in a hot spring. I'm like, fuck it, I'm just gonna walk around like, naked and doing my stuff, right? My friends in the hot tub will see me walk around like that, right? And then I'm like, shit, I'm gonna do some yoga. So just imagine me naked. I'm doing like, sun salutation, and my friend's like, dude, that's way too much. And from then on, they don't go to hot spring with me. I go by myself. That's the end of that story. And what's interesting, why I show you that video is so I was away for 5 weeks, right? Now, when I came back, I sat down with my bookkeeper and wanted to review some numbers, what's happening with my companies and the revenue. The 5 weeks that I was away, total revenue among all my companies actually went up when I was away. Isn't that interesting? So total revenue actually went up when I was away, when I was not here in that 5 weeks. Now, although when I was away, because I was on vacation, are there some projects that I wanted to complete that wasn't done? Yes? Yes, because I wasn't driving it. There's things that wasn't being done. And when I got home, we worked on those, and a lot of stuff got done, but total revenue was up. The reason for that is because within my companies, I have what? Systems in place. So it's less people dependent, but more system dependent. And there's a lesson there. The question you have to ask yourself, do you have a job or do you have a business? Can you walk away, write this down. Can you walk away from your business for 5 weeks and come back and find it more profitable? That's the test. Can you walk away from your business and come back and find it more profitable? Or maintain the same revenue? If the answer is yes, it means you have systems in place. If the answer is no, it means you don't have systems in place. It's a very, very simple test. Very, very simple test. You've been watching my videos for some time now, and you might be wondering, Dan, how do I go to the next level? Or how could I be mentored by you? Here's what I want you to do. My very first assignment, to to see if you qualify. I want you to go to fumoney.com to download a copy of my book. You can't even do that, I cannot be your mentor. The second step is after you download my book, I want you to read it. And you also get an invitation to register for one of my upcoming webinars. I want you to register and show up for that webinar. During the webinar, I go through all the details of how you can possibly be mentored by me. Go there right now, fumoney.com.